Hello and welcome to the Spartan Sim Racing League season finale at Iowa Speedway. I'm Gage Wenzel. I'm joined from my co-host here, Wesley. What is up, my man?
Nothing much today. Just hoping to experience some good racing here.
That's what we come every week to expect. But I do think we will see some good racing tonight. As looking here at Kyle Westwood, a man who finished pretty strongly after being in some adversity last week. As he just clocked the fastest lap time, actually, as I'm saying that.
Yeah, I've heard about the commentary's curse, but not the and we have someone spinning in the back already.
17 of Art Nicotera. It's Pat Harvey, the runner.
I think I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either. He needs to clarify that with me, honestly. But I want to talk about a man who he finished runner-up last week, Wesley, and I think it kind of went under the radar and how great of a run he had there. But talk me through, is this guy maybe a dark horse to win tonight?
Honestly, I think Harvey just might be one. He did have a quiet week at the end of the race last week, but granted, there was also a lot of focus on the 11 and the 18 up front, as well as PB Henry.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, but with the 11 and the 18 making contact and, you know, that whole storyline, we kind of got lost in the fact that the 67 got caught up in a lot of that stuff and drove back through the field and put pressure there on the end of the race, like you said, on PB Henry.
Oh, definitely. But going with the dark horse today, you know what? I feel like he might just be there. We have yet to see, though.
When we talk about PB Henry, and you don't see that 18 car out on the racetrack, everyone, that's because he's having internet issues, unfortunately, tonight. So your champion, and unless qualifying comes and somehow the 18 gets in here, is going to be PB Henry in the 23 car, correct? Or the 25 car, yes, the 25 car PB Henry is going to be your Spartan Sim Racing League champion for this Arca Menard series.
Yeah, really unfortunate for Latham. Just, he'd been fighting internet all day, and you hate to see a championship be decided based on something you can't control.
You never want to see that, like you said, extenuating circumstance take you out of even the chance to come and fight for this. He was 4 points out of PB Henry entering this race, so it would have been right down to the wire. And I mean, you saw how those two battled all race last race, and it was fun to watch. So unfortunate to not see that. Christopher Fuge was top of the pylon there for a second. Excuse me.
Yeah, no, you're fine. I'm saying qualifying right here. It's not all the guys at the top that we saw during practice. There's a couple guys that were lower down firing up there. Like you just said, Christopher, he shot up for a bit. Hunter, who was towards the middle of the back, he shot up into third now.
And Ben Stevens up to fourth. He looked decent in practice, but Colton Gardner, Kyle Westwood, the two that looked pretty sporty in practice. They're 1-2 at the moment. See if anyone can dethrone those two. JP Jones running the middle here. You think that's going to carry a lot of time?
I mean, definitely off of corner exit. You might give up a little bit in the corner just because you're running a little bit of a longer line, but speed off definitely could be helpful in the long run.
You see this second lap, he's running the bottom now, so maybe that was just a get up to speed lap for chance. We'll see how he goes. Off into corner 3, and still about a lane up off the racetrack. Gases are up off of corner number 4. We'll see how he slots in here. Maybe P12, no improvement on the list and lead. He does gain on time, but no positions gained. And here is our champion, Wesley, PB Henry.
Yeah, honestly, he could drive it safe tonight, but I doubt he's going to do that. This man looks like he wants to win every time he's on the track.
Oh, without a doubt. And when your competitor isn't here tonight, I mean, I know he's disappointed he doesn't get to fight for this title tonight. But when he doesn't, if your competitor's not here, what better statement to make than come out here and put a whooping on the field as he only goes 14th quickest. So not a great first lap, but let's watch P2 as the 88 of Jordan Sailors up to P2.
Kept it about half a lane up. Not exactly on the bottom, but not quite the middle.
To see how that nets him out. And it's P2 for PB Henry. Here's the man we thought could be the dark horse, Pat Harvey. Unsponsored 67 Toyota Camry.
Honestly, not bad. You could probably easily pick it out because there's a lot of white and black cars out there. Not much with the teal color that I've seen.
There's not many teal cars out there on the racetrack. Slowest time so far. Working lap, excuse me.
I was about to say, kept her a little bit tidy towards bottom. P3.
That bottom lane, more preferred lane, is 15 cars out of our 16 guys in here have qualified. Chris Vincent in the 33 Chevrolet has not made a qualifying run as of yet. Everyone else has, and everyone else is in the garage, so we're just waiting for Chris Vincent to come out here on the racetrack, put a lap down. But what does qualifying tell you ahead of this race, Wesley, and how the grid is all shaken up here?
Seen is a fight there. Those top 4, I want to say maybe even 5 going down to Westwood. They were pretty good during practice. Solid qualifying here. PB, as we said, has already locked up the championship. He's looking to just add to that and just try and go out and win this race in a dominant fashion. But might not be so easy.
I mean, if he picks up the checkered flag tonight, and PB Henry that is, he would win half the races this season with 5. So only a 10-race season, and he would win half of them. So I would say that's a pretty good resume, and as qualifying is officially wrapped up, Chris Vincent will not make a qualifying lap, and we're going to go into the warm-up and driver meeting, and we continue to talk about tonight's race.
All right, welcome to the finale of the SSRL Arca Summer Series. Thank you to all you guys that participated in the pretty much the majority of the races.
I believe that's what you were telling. We should have muted him. That was that's what we did last time, wasn't it, Wesley?
Yeah, it was. It was.
You said something, and I was like, I don't remember what we did last time. Well, either way, you know, everyone's trying to listen in on that, you know, that driver meeting. But anyway, let's talk about our race coming up tonight. As you saw, I think Kyle Westwood. I mean, he showed up late in practice. He's I think kind of maybe looking for redemption after last week's not a great run last week. And I know he finished decent. I believe he finished in the top 5, but he wants a checkered flag. You know that, Wesley.
Definitely believe he does. He in the 18 were battling a good bit there last week, and looking for redemption, I'd say, but also just to prove himself, saying that he is fast and he's not as down far as he should have been all last week.
Yeah, without doubt, he was definitely not at the back of the pack speed-wise like he was a lot of that race. But he still, even with getting, you know, spun out in front of traffic, so a little bit of car damage, he still rallied really quickly into the top 10 and had a really solid night still. Just couldn't put it all together at the end of the day for a checkered flag. But another guy who looked quick last week, Colton Gardner. And he looks even quicker. He looks like he's the car to beat. Sits it on the pole. I believe Colton was our pole sitter. Colton is the man, I think, looking as maybe not an underdog, but a guy who we don't think is just going to go out here and win this, like maybe like a PB Henry or the 18 car.
Yeah, Colton looking like he won qualifying by about 4/10 there, or not 4/10, but 0.04 of a second over PB. Definitely looks like the top car right now. PB's not far behind him. Colton's maybe trying to put a stop to that 25.
Be the first win of the season for Colton Gardner's. Whoa, big tank slapper in the 8 car cannot catch it. Here in the warm-up session, Hunter Hughes in the Twitch number 8 machine takes the spin. 17 of Art and Nicotera. I'm just gonna butcher that name all night, ain't I?
We're both gonna struggle a little bit there, to be honest with you.
As it all is well, as we're just wrapping up practice. Christopher Hughes, man, he's starting to light it up on the timing sheets right now, Wesley.
Yeah, give him a little bit of time. I think everybody not used to think, or at least they weren't thinking they were going to be on the old Iowa with these brand new Arca cars, but they might have been preparing for the newer one. So a little bit of a surprise to them, but give them a little bit of time. We'll definitely see lap times pick up.
I mean, without a doubt. You talked about the new and old Iowa, and I mean, can you say for the guys at home and the people watching at home, how different that is compared to old Iowa without the track resurface?
To Iowa, definitely, if you're down in the bottom of the corner, it will stick a lot better if you wash up into the old surface in the gray where they didn't quite pave all the way up. It's not quite as sticky. It's a little bit slick. And if you run a little bit too wide and try to keep in the gas just a little too hard, you'll end up in the wall. So this is definitely going to be more of a driver handling track, I would say, and takes a lot of skill to master.
But it definitely takes a lot of skill to master as we look at our steering input here off of Christopher Fuge. As he is quickest in practice now, and he is not far off the pole time. Like only 3/100ths off the pole time. This 42 might be legit. I mean, he is looking speedy. It's just, can he put that full run together as he's spinning off of corner number 2 here?
There's definitely potential. He's not always towards the front, but he's also not in the back. He's a mid-pack guy that shows potential for top running speed. So it just comes together if it happens, and he'll be right up there, I believe, battling for the win.
I mean, you always have to wonder, those guys who don't maybe run up front all the time, when they get that opportunity, you feel like the pressure is on them. Maybe like, we looked last week, we saw a lot of guys in the NASCAR Cup Series up there that we don't see a lot. I saw Daniel Suarez, Austin Dillon, Bubba Wallace. I mean, those guys were up there. Do you think that's a different feeling from being in the middle of the pack compared to being in the front of the pack when the pressure's higher and you might not be used to that?
There's definitely a different feeling in your stomach there. You start overthinking stuff maybe a little too much, and your head's running about just as fast as these cars, so you overthink. There's a little bit of nausea going on, but if you can get that settled in under control, you'll definitely be knowing where to go, and you could possibly win this.
Without a doubt, and there is warm-up over, so we're going to get these cars on the racetrack. We go through our grid tonight. We get down there. Obviously, Colton Gardner, your pole sitter for tonight's race in the number 40 machine. To his outside, PB Henry, Pat Harvey. It will slot into the 3rd position. In that 67 Toyota Camry, one of the few, actually, only one of 2 Toyotas out there tonight. Wesley and Jordan Sailors slots in the 4th position. Then we look at Hunter Hughes in 6th. 5th, Kyle Westwood in that 11 Samuel Adams machine. And let's let you go through the rest of the grid here.
Yeah, we got Ben Stevens starting inside of row 4 there in the nice green Chevy number 78. To his outside in 8th place is Christopher Fuge, a lovely rendition right there in the Ford. Then just behind him, you have Dave Fuge Jr. in the 22 throwback car. Not exactly sure who was to, but it is looking nice and sweet. On Dave's outside, you got James Staples in the Chevy as well. Then going back another row, they're all jumbling around and I'm losing it.
No problem at all. With Connor Henry, we'll start 10th, and then James Staples will start a row behind him. And then we are here on back.
We got James Staples, yeah, 11th, Justin Boyles in 12th. 13th, we have Brian Alphin. And then in 14th, we got Art Nicotera, I believe we agreed
I'll take that attempt. That was a pretty good attempt.
And then starting on the final row, we have JP Jones. And then I don't believe Chris is in the race.
He is not showed on the racetrack, so Chris might not be with us for race time. But then nonetheless, pace lights are off. The final race of the season is going to start right now. Get your popcorn out. It's go time, everybody. Colton Gardner, PB Henry, your front row. Pat Harvey, 3rd. Jordan Sailors in the 4th spot. Who will capture the checkered flag tonight? No stage breaks. Got to keep your car clean for the entire event. Saw PB Henry win last week at Phoenix. Can he repeat that and get a 5th win on the season en route to his Spartan SimRacing League title? Pace car pulls off.
Green flag.
And the green flag is out here at Iowa.
Looks like a pretty even start going across the line. Let's look into one. Is the inside line going to take advantage here? Is the outside going to carry a good
We see crash in the back. 78 of Ben Stevens, excuse me. Crash, lap 1, Ben Stevens around. The 17 is well involved. Not sure what happened there. As we look back for the battle of the race lead, Colton Gardner's gone. No caution on the racetrack. Excuse me.
PB looks like he's also struggling. There's a lot of cars up his inside. Tires not quite warmed up. The outside not yet developed. 67 as Harvey goes through, followed by Sailors.
Yeah, falling back is the 25 machine just to the edge of the top 5. Let's take a look back though here. Let's get a replay here of what just happened to Ben Stevens. Let's take a look at it here. Lap 1, turn 1. Oh, he just misjudges it, gets in the back of the 11, and 17 just nowhere to go for Art Nicotera. That's all she wrote. 2 cars out. Lap 1, Wesley.
Unfortunately, you really needed to keep your cars clean today in order to have a chance. Stevenson as well, just like you said, just misread the braking of the car in front of him and ran into the back and just shot left before coming back up the track.
Now, 16,
had a really good qualifying position.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Qualified 7th. He talked about him on the grid, and that's a good qualifying effort. And to be out this early is unfortunate. And as we talked about all that, Colton Gardner, he's stretching his legs up here in the race lead.
Yeah, he had quite the best car in practice. He had a good, solid qualifying run. Got a good start. Good jump on the start there as well to get clear of PB Henry, and he's just set sail from then on out.
Battle back here for the 3rd position, the 67 of Harvey, the 8 car of Hunter Hughes. The Hunter Hughes with the momentum off of corner number 4.
Really tight there on exit. You saw Harvey kind of squeezing game just over cars with the room there. Hunter able with the top line as well that he was running to get momentum and get around the 67.
He's going to clear the 67 of Pat Harvey, and now he'll set his sights on the 88 Dale Jr. scheme of Jordan Sailors as Sailors starts to run down our race leader a little bit. PB Henry, that's the shocking start to me, down to 5th.
Shock, honestly, he might be taking it easy just a little bit. No real competition to his title fight, but still would like that top finish in order to put a real stamp on it.
I mean, I get it, you know, the title is all wrapped up in a pretty bow tonight, but you want to go out there and win, and I also understand the tires saving and saving your stuff, but track position, it's hard to pass out there, even on old tires that are better saved. It's not an easy thing, Wesley.
No, it's definitely not. This track is so tough on the tires and so easy to overdrive that you see right there. Westwood get loose off the exit of 4 there.
That's where he's had that issue.
Really handling the car.
The last few laps, I want you to watch this 11 car again. Off of corner number 4, he really seems the last few times that right rear has been stepping out as the 42 looks inside of the 22. It's not that bad this time.
Oh, he's kept it quite controlled this time. But that pack right there, 6th, 7th, and 8th, almost right on top of each other, just behind PB.
Whoa, back there, the 83 of Brian Alphen, way out of shape, and he's going to put 3 wide, no, about for a second there. Now back to 2 wide. Justin Boyles, not quite clear. Battle back here for the final spot in the top 10 as 13 cars are on the racetrack. Ben Stevens and Art Nicotera, 2 and 4 laps down apiece. We have a battle for 2nd place, Wesley.
Yes, we do. Hunter's finally caught the 88 of Sailors. Allowed Colton Gardner to stretch out a little bit more as these two continue to go at each other.
Look at that 8 car. He diamonded it. Entering that corner, he sent it real deep, put it back to the bottom of the racetrack. That is hard on those tires, though.
It really is. It might cost him later.
It might, but I mean, we'll just have to see at the end of this run if it will cost him later, or that's just maybe a little easier on the tires. Usually, though, it's not, Wesley. It's usually very hard on those tires. He's going to ride it up again on the outside. He's going to cross over, get some clean air. Big momentum down the backstretch.
looking to one here for a move down the inside, or maybe stick it around the outside again.
Had the momentum to take it to the bottom, I think. Stays patient. He's going to look to the outside all the way to the third, fourth lane on the racetrack. Diamonds it back low a little bit. Trying to get that drive off. He just does not want to go to the bottom.
Oh, it looks like his car might prefer that top
Whoa!
lane, especially how he's running it as he's into the wall.
The fence there, the 88 didn't cut him a break. He was probably going to be there, but the 88, excuse me, said not today. I'm second now, and I'm going to try and hold on. No, it's early, but track position is so key in the 8 car. Trying to get by this 88.
Definitely appears that way. He's got a lot better of exits on the Hunter Hughes than Sailors up front in front of him.
He just needs to set that up.
He's gonna have to make a move to the inside, get the 88 off his line, I think, in order to get this pass done.
It's either get it done now or fall back. I mean, this is just burning some tire up. So if you're the 8 car, there he goes. Looks inside off of corner number 4. He'll get to that left rear quarter panel. As PB Henry gets to the inside of Pat Harvey further back.
These two side by side for the second. PB cleared to fourth.
Whoa!
Big wiggle.
The 8 of Hunter Hughes was slideways off of corner number 2. Now he's going to be under threat from the 25 of PB Henry.
Not only that, but the 67 still right behind the 25. He might lose 2 here if he's not careful.
You got to wonder, Wesley, how bad did that make the tires angry right there with that big slide? Doesn't look too bad in 1 and 2.
Kept it nice and controlled off the exit of 2 there. But not only the big slide, but also down in the corner. That does take a lot more tire life out of it as well.
Here comes PB Henry all the way in the Kyle Larson line. Now back to the bottom.
Tailing it off into the corner. He's got cleared. He's looking to get the 88 as well. He might get him here in another couple of laps.
Ooh, he's in the fence there, though. The 8 car into the back bumper, entering 3. Just ever so slightly. Momentum on the top is pretty insane, but I think that bottom maybe just a little better on the tires.
Just might be. It's also the shortest distance around the track. It means you're running less miles on your tires. So, but honestly, these 3 cars right here, they're fighting for it. If they're not careful, the 67's going to come in and join and make a 4-way fight for second.
PB Henry clears Jordan Sailors. I don't think it's going to be much of a fight after he clears. He's not going to clear. Sailors on the outside. Momentum's up. He's going to have to fight for this one.
Even though PB's will take was what it appears to be.
And no give, all take on lap 23 of this race. He is hounding the back bumper of the 88. And now he'll diamond the corner, looks inside off of corner number 2.
Tied on the exit there, gonna go send it into 3.
He's
not quite clear
not
off
quite
of exit.
clear. And the 8 car in the fence again off of 4. This time though, PB Henry can maybe slide jobber off into corner number 1. No, he keeps it stuck to the bottom. Really respectful. A locked up champ. What a great fight for second.
It's an amazing fight for second, but look what it's allowed Colton to do. He's got about 1.3 seconds on the field of them back there.
You gotta wonder, Colton could just be saving his stuff and stretching some time, so it might be perfect scenario for the 40 car in this first run of the race.
Definitely could be, definitely could be. I mean, these 4 back here are finding it hard. There's a little bit of moments where it looks like Henry might get it, Sailors is going to keep it, and then Hunter Hughes comes in. He might steal it from both of them.
They're having an absolute battle. Now PB Henry's starting to do that diamond thing we saw the 8 car doing earlier in the run. Haven't seen the 8 car do that very much, and I just don't think he can anymore.
Maybe not that he can't. Maybe it's that he won't because he's trying to save tire life for later on.
I mean, you might be right.
I mean, it definitely takes tire life to do that. So he might have done it a little bit there trying to get past the 88 before he started to save, but once he couldn't, he decided, you know what, let's just save what we've got for a little bit later on.
And now the 67 of Pat Harvey in the 5th position. He's starting to reel in our race, or not race leaders, but 2nd, 3rd, 4th place. All in that bottom lane, not the run in the top.
He's been right there just in the background, just being sneaky, being patient. And honestly, looking a bit further back, the 42, Christopher Fuge, finally cleared the 22, and he's starting to gain on them just a little bit as they continue to battle.
Not only did Christopher get past the 22, Justin Boyles did. As we look up here, new 2nd place runner, PB Henry.
I don't think Jordan Sailors is going to let that go for long, though. He had great momentum, what it looked like down the front stretch, but PB Henry just placed his car well.
I think Jordan is really struggling. I think he is a 5th place car right now with 3rd place track position.
As you said earlier, track position does play a key. It's not the easiest place to pass, but it still can be done.
It can be done, though, but you got to think about this, Wesley, right? PB Henry started 2nd. It has taken almost 30 green flag laps for him to get back to 2nd place. It is not easy, and that was my concern with the 25 cars. Ooh, slide job in turns 3 and 4.
88 cuts back on the inside. 8's going to be a little bit slower than him down the front stretch. Honestly, we might see a repeat in a 1 and 2 here.
Really clean, really good executed slide job. It's hard to see that these days. And the 8 car, he's going to clear him off of corner number 2.
Just a fantastic move by Hunter Hughes there. He was able to clear, ran up in front, even though the 88 got back underneath him. He powered around the outside there in 1 and 2 and kept the spot.
And running some,
now let's see if he can go and chase down PB.
Running some really good lap times. Or these two back here. Justin Boyles and Christopher Fuge, they're running down not just these guys in front, but the race leader.
I mean, they're not having to fight each other. It looks like even though they're not quite on top of each other, they're a little bit content where they are, just in the mindset of keep it simple. Keep it simple, keep it consistent. We'll gain time if they keep on fighting.
They are without a doubt fighting right here. This 67 wants to get by this 88 because he sees company back here in the 42 and the 23. And they want to get by him just as much as he wants to get by the 88. Battle back here. Talk about someone who's not had, I think, the night we expected him to. He's dropped from 4 spots from where he started this race. Kyle Westwood. I know he had the contact entering 1, but didn't really lose too much track position from that, man. Just not a great start to the race, Wesley.
No, not exactly the start you'll want. You never want to lose positions and then not gain them back. But like you said, there was contact at the start of the race as the 88's into the wall off of 4.
He is just struggling. I think he's hit that point in the run where he's just burnt his stuff up. He's lost 3, make it 4 spots now in the last few corners.
He was battling a lot there with Hunter Hughes, and then Henry came and got a piece of the action. And once they've gone by and he's just been slow, he's loose off of corners, he's into the wall. His car's not happy with him right now.
I think he just kind of drove her too hard. A little too early there, and starting to see the price. That right rear is not happy with him. 36 laps into this run.
Definitely not happy with him. But as we were saying with Westwood, he dropped those spots at the beginning. There was contact there on the start. Maybe there might be some rear end damage that's affecting his car.
And that could be true. I never thought of that. Actually, that's a good point to bring up, Wesley. These cars are so aero-sensitive these days in the Arca Menard series, and just honestly, period, with this series, with how they aren't like the quickest race cars, even though in real life, the Arca car was the quickest car here a few weeks ago, but in the game, they're not the quickest, and every little bit of aero helps as the 88 is all out of sorts here.
Westwood looking to dive up the inside, maybe get that spot on the start of the 88.
Caution is out on the speedway. Caution is out. I believe I have our reason here. Let's go ahead and take a look. Seems like Brian Alfine is involved. And Ben Stevens, who's multiple laps down in the 78 car. Contact, and Ben up the track. That's unfortunate for Brian Alfine. Just a passenger there.
Very unfortunate for him. I mean, you saw Ben Stevens. He was loose coming and making contact out of 4. It looked like Alfine was in the wall as well, but Ben just overcorrected the car and sent it right back up the track.
Yeah, that's just the point where you spin down and right in front of the 88 or 83, excuse me. And that's going to be a fast repair needed or something for the 83 car. A lot of damage there. That's unfortunate. That's going to break up our long green flag run at the start of this race, and that's green flag pit stops. Or excuse me, no green flag pit stops.
I think it's a yellow.
It might be a yellow. You know, we don't quite know the circumstances. Who gets off pit road first, though? A big question. Will the 40 car stops a little deep in his box? Did the 40 machine is? I believe he did leave pit road with the race lead. PB Henry will leave in second. Third will be Hunter Hughes. Fourth, Pat Harvey. And it's really easy to speed on this pit road, Wesley. It is very easy to do.
It really is. It looks like it's a lot longer than it is. It's a little short, a little narrow, but not quite too narrow. And if you're staying along the outside, you want to maximize your speed to keep as little time on pit road as you can, but that will cost you in the end.
Yeah, without doubt. But with how the NASCAR pit road speed is, it's not just mile per hour, right? It's your time per sector, and that is real in iRacing. So if you're cutting the track on the bottom there, more closer to the wall, you have to go a little bit slower. Otherwise, you will get busted for speeding. And that last 2 sectors right before you get out, that's where a lot of guys, and me myself included, it's just so easy to do. Can't say enough about. Excuse me. Sorry.
Don't think anybody's been nabbed though, so they all kept it clean.
And none, at least in the top 10, I would say, have been nabbed. But can't say enough about Colton Gardner. He's led from flag to flag so far. 40 laps have been officially led. It's going to be 41 and counting.
Really quite dominant. Like we said, he was top of practice. He had a good, solid pole position lap in qualifying. And once everybody started battling for second behind him, he just quietly went on his way. Maybe was still conserving a bit of his tires and fuel as well.
I do want to make a point, though. PB Henry did put that gap that was around 1.2 seconds down to about 2 or 3 tenths of a second. So the 25 car, he needs to have a good restart though here. You know what I mean? If he has another restart that's not as good or even worse than last time, then man, that 25 car is going to have his work cut out for him, especially if we go green to the end.
Definitely, the outside might be a little bit more rubbered up now that we've had some green flag laps on it, which might have been the case of why his start was so poor. Track might not have been so grippy up there, and he spun his tires. We'll definitely see what it's like during this restart.
Could be the track, and it could be also a combination of just cold tires in this Arca car. It doesn't have the grip. Maybe the bottom's just maybe a bit more comfy there. So either way, we're going to find out right here. Pace car is going to pull off to the right. Or excuse me, the left. Green flag back out in the air at Iowa.
Not getting that start he needed.
Yeah, really good launch for the inside lane. And PB Henry down to 3rd, 4th, and make it 5th again. The 42 jumps him.
That is a Smoky Mountain Racing 1, 2, 3 as it sits right now. All 3 of those boys on the same team. All good restart right there on the inside.
And the 22 wants to make it another one. Here comes Dave Fuge Jr. He's going to clear the 25 here. Good move. I understand Henry's point of view right here. Just take it easy, but he can't continue to slide back. It's just going to be too hard late in the run to make these passes up.
No, you definitely can't be affording that early into a run, especially with how this track is, how difficult it is to pass. But I have a feeling once the rhythm does start to develop here on these long green flag laps, especially if we had to run quite a
Oh, contact! There's the 23! The 88 causes a parking lot. There's more cars in the wall. Connor Henry. Big wreck off into corner number 3 and 4. That all stemmed from some contact in the left rear. Let's take a look at her here. Gets under that apron there and just really shallow entrance. Cleans the 23 out. 67 to 9 trying to avoid. 8 and 23. Not a lot to say there, man. It's just aggressive restart driving there, in my opinion.
That's what it seems to be. The 88 saw a small opportunity and looked like the window closed really quick on him.
And that looks like 6, 7 cars involved in that crash in the damage point of view. I think James Staple was able to escape without any contact. Connor Henry hit the outside fence. Jordan Sailors, well, I mean, he's the one that's center on in there. He got some damage. I want to look here at maybe Jordan's on board, because, I mean, he comes in really deep here.
He really did, and like you said, it was that little bit of the apron on corner entry that really got him.
That is going to be a tough break for a lot of guys, and if you've used the fast repair already, I mean, that's just not good for you.
No, it's not, as there are a lot of cars on pit road right now with a lot of damage.
I believe there is a fast repair there, and there's the 88 back up and running. Good to see there. 17 of Nico Terra, still 2 laps down. So unfortunately for him, and there is Justin Boyles as well, also involved in that skirmish there on the restart. And you talk about PB Henry and the bad restart. I mean, just a few spots back. I mean, the 88 was right with him, and he's involved in that, Wesley. And that's what we're talking about. When you lose track position, you get back there, and everyone's fighting for every spot, and the clean air is so bad. You get involved in that stuff, and we saw a lot of good cars, the 67, the 88, involved in that.
Yeah, track position and clean air mean everything at Iowa because of how hard it is to pass. It might make you do a little bit of crazy things going on if you see that slipping away from you. Which, not saying that's what it is. It might have just been a miscalculation on the 88s in there. But
I would say, without a doubt,
certainly unlucky to see.
Yes. Without a doubt, a miscalculation. I mean, that took out 6 cars involved in that. So we got to realize we're only on lap 46 something there when we had that contact. That seems very aggressive. I don't mind the 3 wide. The 3 wide doesn't have the issue with me, Wesley. The issue I have is sending it on the apron and just really shallow and then washing up into the 23 and then wrecking 6 cars.
The 3 wide, when ranked correctly, it is a really magnificent thing to see, especially on a short track. But running it so narrow to where you just miscalculate it, hit the apron, and wash up and take out so many competitors, not a fun thing to see.
Hopefully the 88 maybe learns a lesson for that. I mean, we all have those moments where he had the momentum. It was all there, just kind of miscalculated the entrance of his corner. And I mean, if it's just, say the 23 just spins out, then we don't talk about it as much. But because, 6 other cars or 5 other cars got involved, then we're going to talk about it a bit more. So a little circumstantial at the end of the day. Nonetheless, we're going to have that pace car pull off left, and we're going to get another restart here.
I'm curious to see how the 8's going to go here. That outside line looks like it's not been so good.
There's our green flag. Colton Gardner with a good launch in the outside lane, like you just said. Has a good launch. Hunter Hughes up to P2 in the 42, now side by side with the 22.
Looks like the 42 wasn't quite ready to go as early as Colton Gardner did either. He's going to lose out to the 22 of Dave Hughes.
PB Henry will not lose any spots on this restart this time by. See Brian Alfine up to P6 and JP Jones up to 7. Some good runs from these guys who started a little further back.
Especially good for Alfine. Remember, he was in that wreck earlier with the 78 that got him into the wall.
21 was absolutely sideways off of corner number 2. Sorry to cut you off there, but then he was almost wrecking back into traffic.
Oh, it was a fantastic save. Don't apologize for cutting me off. That was something that needed to be watched, and I want to study that because he saved it excellently.
Let me see 3 wide again. Same spot the 21 about lost it last time, and there's the 67. He's absolutely everywhere right now. on this racetrack, and the 21 is absolutely dog walking that right rear.
It might not be the fastest track, but it's definitely a lovely one for entertainment. Iowa, you know, short, it's tight, it's tricky on this old pavement, but dang, do these cars move, and is it beautiful to watch.
It is definitely beautiful. One thing we haven't talked about a lot tonight are those massive bumps all over this racetrack. Front stretch, corners, doesn't matter. There's bumps everywhere here.
You definitely feel it in your hands when you hit one of them. I mean, not just one of them, you're hitting probably 2 at a time, and you can feel it in your hands. It's just how's it going to send you, because it's a little bit reactive depending on how you hit them.
PB Henry back past the 42 of Christopher Fuge, now to the back bumper of Dave Fuge Jr.
Going to continue that high side run, get the momentum off, diamond the corner down below for even better runoff.
I think you will see that 88 and 67 to the front in the not so distant future as they're battling with the 83 further back. But the 22 is all up the bumper of this 8 car. Man, he is
The 24's
sideways.
on the back, as the 25's on the back of the 22. The 22's on the back of the 8 car as well. I mean, again, it's the battle for second that's given us a lot of excitement here.
Without a doubt, the battle for the lead has been really cordial, really nice. The 40 cars led every lap so far, but my man, these guys behind are just some hungry dogs, and tonight they are fighting for that last bone in the pile.
Just a lovely thing to watch. And I mean, it's not that they're all on the same line and then there's a mistake. There's 3-4 different lines going on. Different ways they're taking the corners.
And I love that, Wesley. I love when we see guys have the ability and the aim ability and the drive ability, right, to make different lines work. Not just 1 or 2, but multiple, 3 to 4, and you can drive those lines so differently.
I mean, just looking right there through 3 and 4, you had Hunter Hughes about half a car width up off the bottom. Dave Fuge, he was a full car lane up. You had Hunter
right
PB Henry all the way to the wall, and then Chris was right there on the apron.
PB Henry had an issue down the back straightaway. That's going to open up the door. The only car on the outside. A lot of clean air for the 42 of Christopher Fuge.
Going to give him a good run here, looking to go to the inside of PB Henry. Not quite clear in the middle of the corner.
Not quite, but he's been pretty good on the bottom. In 3 and 4, so we can maybe slide around up in there. Not clean him out.
Definitely not. He has a good solid run into the corner. He looks like he sends it a little bit deep, has to woe it up a good amount in the center.
Not going to be able to get that pass done, but does put pressure and maybe hurt the tires of that 25 a little bit.
Yeah, we talk about attacking taking tire, but so does defending, honestly, maybe just a little more.
Almost contact, I feel there. The 42 and the 25. The 25 seems to really back up his corner exit. Entrance. Look, everyone there. Everyone enters the corner a lot deeper than that 25 car, and he just gets these big drives off. Looky there. Down the back straightaway. Here comes PB Henry. And look at that. Does it again. He'll back off early. Caution is out. James Staples around on the back straightaway. Third caution tonight. The Rainbow Warrior, first time he's been in an incident today. The car's kind of beat up. So take a replay of that. Ooh. Maybe some contact, maybe a little bit of help, and I think I was right. A little bit of help. Oh, in the 9 car. Connor Henry, an innocent bystander for the second incident of the night for himself.
And both times, like you said, the innocent bystander, just nowhere to go. Car comes up right in front of him and just hits him.
And JP Jones cleans out the 24 machine. So let's take one more look at it. Take a look at that from JP's point of view. Let's take a bit in the gyro camera right here. See that banking of the racetrack and how he's muscling that. Yeah, he's out of the gas there. Just maybe a little bit of net code maybe, but still contact it looked like.
Definitely net coated, but there was contact. Honestly, looking a little tight there. As you said, he was off the gas, so his car was already sliding up as it was.
I feel like that's a setup issue for the for that race machine. It seems like he's just really tight tonight. That 21 has no center rotation.
No, that's quite apparent that's not the case.
Someone who's been a fighter.
As the run goes on, though, it might end up helping him as well with how these cars will get looser due to the just tire fall off. So it might be a long run plan for him, just not showing as it is right now.
See, I understand what you're saying there, but sometimes if the setup's so bad, it just makes the car even tighter on the long run. So you just hope it's not that scenario. But if you said like it's good in the long run, we really just haven't had that big of a long run. The most we've had is about 35 laps tonight. So, which is not bad, but not the longest run you can have here at Iowa.
No, definitely not. For a very long run where you want to see the long run cars take place and take a hold, show what they've got, you're looking more towards the around 50 or so laps into the run, almost to the edge of the pit window for that long run to really show who's got it.
What this will do is going to shake up the field again. You're going to see some guys stay out. You're going to see some guys make a pit stop like the 22 of Fuge Jr. Be the first out of pit road with fresh tires. Those are about 20 lap fresher tires if I'm not mistaken, so that's going to be a pretty hefty advantage. And there's a few caution laps under there, but there's also been a few let's push it restarts, right, where they've been almost 4 wide a few times. So this could be a big advantage for this 22 car and all those guys behind.
It's definitely going to be something I'd like to watch. New tires versus old tires, always a big conversation. How good is that offset? And as you said, during these restarts, there's been a lot of pushing where there's been 3, nearly 4 wide.
And through it all, the lap 1 incident of just horrible luck. Only 1 lap down now is Nico Terra. He'll have to fight, though, Connor Henry for that free pass. In 13th position, hoping for another quickie yellow or both of those two. But that's not what the 40 car wants to see. He wants to see this thing go long. He's just not had it go long the last few times, but he has held the race lead since lap 1. Hasn't even been challenged. Colton Gardner is going to lead them back to the Geico restart zone. And green flag back out in the air.
Hunter Hughes looked to have a good restart to go along with him. He should be clear to second as long as Henry doesn't come up right to him.
He's going to have a run off of 2. Big run all the way to the inside. Can he make a run for the race lead? A 40 car.
Ever so slightly.
What a power off the final corner and clear into turn 1. What a move.
Very good move.
Right back to the bottom.
I don't think there was a lot of room.
I mean, that was...
On the exit of the corner, it looked like Hughes got loose and Gardner just stuck it.
Gardner was not giving up command, control of this race, and he's continuing to not. He's led every lap so far. He wants to continue that streak.
Looking further into the pack, Dave Hughes Jr. already up to 7th, battling with Sailors there.
Whoa, for the back, Sailors sideways, almost into the fence, and the 22 is going to get to the inside of him because of that. Two becomes 3. Here comes PB Henry.
Not only does 2 become 3, 4 and 5, 6 aren't far off as Dave Hughes in the 22 goes to the inside of the 67.
These fresh tires mean something. We talked about the non-rotation of the 21. He's up spots. Kyle Westwood charging forward. PB Henry up to P2.
Yeah, Hunter Hughes got a little wide there. PB went down the inside, but Hunter's right back to his inside. Going back for a second.
PB Henry does not lift. Christopher Fuge.
Oh, that's going to give Christopher Fuge a shot.
3 wide, off into corner number 1. Huge Harvey. That is so tight off of 2. This could be huge if the 22 can clear. Look at the power. He'll clear the 67, not quite clear that 42 car.
No, even on old tires, the run off the outside still looks like it's going to be a bit more dominant. But the 22's grip on the inside, if he can clear him through the middle, will definitely have that spot.
Back 3 wide. Westwood took a look, didn't take it. And he'll go to the outside of the 67 of Pat Harvey. Is Harvey now starting to slide back a little bit. Oh,
starting to slide back as there's contact between the 42 and the 22 into 1.
Huge on huge violence right there, Wesley. And there goes Dave clear into 4th.
Christopher not going to be so kind with that. Going to fight it back on the inside with no going on.
And here comes a battle for the race lead. PB Henry right to the back bumper. Man, Colton Gardner has a car tonight.
Oh, he definitely does. I don't think he's been anything lower than second. I don't even know if he's had. He has had second a couple times.
He has led
but nothing lower
every lap of this race so far tonight. That is half the distance. One more, and he locks the most laps led tonight.
He'd definitely be looking to do that. That just shows.
Oh, got a little scared there.
A little bit of blinking, but
little blinkage never hurt nothing. And there you go. Most laps led is going to be sealed by the number 40 car. As there's 3 wide further back here for 5th. 42's lost a little bit of track position, and that car starting to slide back a little bit.
Just a little bit. There might be a little bit of damage on that left side from the contact with Dave. It looked like he got into the left rear a little bit from when I saw the contact, but can't quite see the car as clearly. Colton Gardner out front, though, over half the race length led. He's only dropped as far back a second as he continues to blink, but again, not going to hurt anybody much.
The 8 got way out of the groove off of 2 there, and there goes the 22 of Fuge Jr. up to P3. That was an easy one.
Maybe just a little bit, but it looks like Hunter Hughes has a bit of a run as well.
Here comes Justin Boyles out of nowhere. He'll slot right into 4th. Crossover move back here. Oh, and there's contact for the back. Kyle Westwood around. No caution out. And a battle for the race lead up front.
Westwood got the car rolling. He's staying off the racing surface on the apron.
He goes
PB Henry and Colton Gardner are going around with each other, and they look like they're going to continue a little bit of a boxing fight up front.
He brings her to pit road. As PB Henry dives it off into that corner there, and he will not get the drive off exit. And these two, with the fresh tires, fight amongst themselves instead of fighting to go up there for the race lead. Oh, and he's almost close to contact. Oh, so close off of corner number 2.
Not only off of corner 2, but in between 1 and 2. The different lines there. One coming across while the other coming down low, while one's going a little bit high.
That was almost disastrous for the cars on the best tires, as Westwood now is going to go 2 laps down. So Kyle Westwood, the race has just unraveled in the last little bit. Let's go take a look at it.
It definitely has, and it's unfortunate for him. I'm not exactly sure how that started.
Let's take a quick look at it, as we have such great racing all around the racetrack. Battling the 67 here. 88's real slow, and just kind of self-clears on the 67 there, in my opinion. As PB Henry, as we say that, we look away, and then there he goes. PB Henry is slot backed to 4th place.
That gives Colton a look with 2 guys on fresh tires wanting to go run him down. PB Henry, though, is not going to be giving up so easy.
Hunter Hughes has reeled them, or he stayed with them, and now he'll put the pressure on the 25 on the same strategy nonetheless. Chaos back here. Jordan Saylor's slow. Looked like he might be coming to pit road. No, just real slow. On the bottom of the racetrack right there. And these two are just... Oh, and PB Henry! Ooh, that was almost nigh done.
Oh, 30 degrees sideways there, but he saves it. Gonna stay in 5th as there's no one closer further behind him. Try to get that momentum gathered back.
That was almost night over. Gonna go straight to the inside wall and pancake it, but nonetheless, he somehow kept her straight. He'll stay in the top 5, but he will lose that all-important track position to the 8 of Hunter Hughes.
Those two on the same strategy. It's definitely going to matter a little bit more compared to Dave Fuchs Jr. and Boyles up in 2nd and 3rd, who are on a different strategy with new tires, as Dave looks to go to the inside of Colton Gardner.
This is for the race lead. Race 10 of the final race of the season, race 10. And Fuchs Jr. trying to hunt down Colton Gardner. Well, he's hunted him down. Can he execute the pass for the race lead?
Sometimes it's easy getting there, but it's getting beyond that point, getting the pass done that's the most difficult.
It's so...
Because once you're right there on their tail, they're more likely going to be start driving out that mirror than their windshield.
It's just so hard, Wesley, to make that pass, especially when the car in front of you is as dominant as he's been all day and in clean air, even with the tire advantage that the 22 and 23 have. Just what a race Colton Gardner's put together so far.
He really has. He at the green drop, he was on pole. He hasn't gone any lower than 2nd. He's led every single lap. This is a dominant performance, even if he doesn't have quite the gap right now, but still not looking like there's any threat. Dave Fuchs keeps sending it to the low side, but can't quite get there and stick it.
Ooh, and here comes Justin Boyles. He'll look inside. Off of 2, and then PB Henry back on the 8. I don't think he's going to clear him off of 4 here. The 8 car is going to roll that momentum off of the top lane. What we have seen here is tires do mean something, because the 22 and the 23, especially the 23, really hasn't been a race-winning car so far tonight.
No, he definitely wasn't, but those new tires kind of brought him into this mix. I'd be interested to see when if there are green flag pit stops to begin with, and how long each person lasts until then.
Colton Gardner, PB Hughes and Hunter Hughes, or excuse me, PB Henry and Hunter Hughes are obviously going to have to pit a lot earlier in terms of fuel than these guys. I would assume everyone has to make one green flag pit stop left. It's just when do you make that stop? If you're the 22 and 23, if you can go out that 20 laps longer, do you do that? Or do you kind of pit with them, or you kind of try to take that tire advantage late in your run?
As we were talking, you could just see on the far right of your screen, PB Henry finally got around Hunter Hughes, and Hunter tried to fight it back with no win there to effect.
Here comes that 23, trying the bottom, just cannot make it work.
No, it definitely seems like on at least the restart on the restarts, you want to be on that lower lane, but once the cars get rolling, you want that top side. That runoff is just too good for anything going on down low.
And here's Pat Harvey, the 67, first car to bite down pit road. He was running back there in pretty much 9th anyways, so trying to be on the early side of it, get some track position, hoping it stays green. Not having the greatest of nights tonight. We talked about how a bit of an underdog story to come out here and win, but really just hasn't had it tonight.
Not quite as what we were thinking. He had a great performance at Phoenix, a quiet one, but a good one. But not quite here at Iowa. Maybe a little bit not exactly to his liking.
And the lanes that everyone is running right here is so insane. Every driver inside the 8 cars running a very different lane is running a different lane, and they all converge off of corner number 2. They all stack up behind the 22 of Fuchs Jr. They're going to get to a lap car here of Connor Henry. So how does he race the race leaders? Knowing that PB Henry is... Oh, and the 40's in the fence! That could be all she wrote for the race lead. Ooh, he's still there.
It's
3
definitely gonna go
wide.
3 wide. 4
Oh, they're gonna
wide
make it 4
here.
wide.
Connor Henry.
He's clear. Can he get up there? All clear. Dave Fuge Jr. out in front at Iowa. And now
He goes back to the bottom of the track more than staying up front, up high. Momentum for Colton Gardner here. Is he going to move, take anything with it?
and look at PB Henry wrapping the bottom paint. He gains 1, almost 2 spots. The 23 is going to look to the inside. There's contact.
Good save there by PB. Took the contact, but didn't get out of shape with it
Ooh,
to
right
go
there.
up the track or down the track.
Mid-corner, the 25 really stepped out. The 40 is fighting for his life to stay in P2.
Even with all this fighting, the 22 of Dave Fuge Jr. still right there in front of me. He's not getting away.
Man, this 8 car.
So those tires might not be as effective as what they were on the restart.
I think they have fallen off a little bit. They've a little equalized. But this 8 car is struggling. He's into the clutches now, the 42. Who's gaining on the leaders, I might add. Christopher Fuge looked really not great on the restart. And, well, he's only 1.5 seconds back from Dave Fuge Jr. And there you go, Colton Gardner. The man who has dominated this race with 50 laps to go comes to pit road. Hunter Hughes will follow in the 8. And now if you're these 3, how long do you go? Especially PB Henry, that would be, I mean, he's on old tires running with these fresh tire cars.
PB Henry, I'm expecting here in a lap or 2. I mean, he's got his the two
Oh.
cars he's been driving. And as I'm
Oh,
calling
and
in a lap or 2,
did he miss pit road there? I don't know if there's a commitment cone here or not. Not quite sure, but he was really aggressive entering pit road.
he might have just made that. But he saw the 2 people he was racing of Colton Gardner and Hunter Hughes drop onto pit road. He doesn't want to fall behind in the cycle and let them get too many laps on those new tires compared to his old ones.
And they're definitely going to get back ahead of him. I would 100%, or the 40 was already ahead of him, but they're going to cycle back ahead for sure. They're off pit road just now. PB Henry was really aggressive on the pit road, though. That will definitely help. As long as there's no penalty to the 25 car. I mean, that was so close to being an unsafe pit entrance.
It really was. He almost went right into the grass back onto the track, but was able to gather it just in time to get back onto pit
We'll
road.
see if they drop that left jack, and yep, no penalty. He gets right back out there. And here's Colton Gardner. PB Henry is 2 laps down. Look at the gap. That is just 1 lap difference on tires. That's insanity. I don't think that 1 lap's going to pay back that much late into a run.
Would not think so. And
That's
as
a
you were
whole
talking
lap.
before the pit cycle started, Christopher Fuge was gaining on the leaders there of Dave Fuge Jr., Boyles, Colton Gardner, and PB Henry. And he's still out and running. He's on the same strategy as PB Henry and Colton Gardner.
Yeah, older tires in the 2 out front, but man, he is driving a really good long run race, and he has cut that lead down to just under a second there as he entered 1. He's going to see if he can cut it down back off the exit. And man, PB Henry, I think he made a big mistake on pit road because he is a lap behind. He's about half a lap behind these guys. I don't think that 1 lap was indicative of that.
I think it was. I think it might have been that entry onto the pit road, like we said. Almost didn't make it in. Possibly could have been a unsafe entry.
We'll talk about some other guys.
So that could have cost him some time.
Both of these guys have jumped Colton Gardner and Hunter Hughes as well. I mean, we saw Pat Harvey, the first car on pit road. He's going to obviously have the oldest tires. I don't think he'll hold them off, but caution comes out at the right time. And PB Henry, he wants to get back down to 1 lap down now. He does not need a caution.
No, he's really pushing the issue. He wants to get back onto the same lap, at least with Colton Gardner and Hunter Hughes, I would assume.
And looky
So
here.
he's going to push that issue.
Christopher Fuge has found his way up to the top 2. Under 50 to go. This 42 car is good on the long run. You talked about it. We have to get upwards of 30 to 40 laps, and wow, this 42 is rocketing to the front.
it's really good right there around the bottom as well, between the very first lane and maybe half a lane up is where his car really likes it. Gets a good run off as well, and very good rotation through the center.
Yeah, his rotation through the center. Look at it. It just rotates. I mean, he got the apron there. Of course, we're trying to show something. He makes a mistake. But nonetheless, he's just really good mid-center. But these guys are just really tight. He's just able to get the power down on a better lane and carrying momentum. And he gains slightly on him there off of 4. See how this all cycles once these 3, excuse me, and the 24 of James Staples all come down pit road. How is this all going to cycle out?
I mean, as of right now, it looks like Harvey has won this, but like we said, he was into the pits about 3 or 4 laps earlier before Colton Gardner and Hunter Hughes. He might have gained track position then, but is it going to come back to bite him later on?
I think J.P. Jones 2 laps down as well, similar to PB Henry. So honestly, that's not bad pace if it's only 2 laps down for the 21. He'll be right back. He's only 2 laps down. It's a really good pace from the 21 there. Fresher tires, and everyone else in front of him made a pit stop, so not too bad. I know he's pretty far off these guys up here, but a good pit cycle.
Far off, but fresher tires, I'll honestly take that any day. You're going to have that tire offset, so you'll gain back time, but it might just be a little bit too much time you'll have to get back.
And a bad place to catch the slower traffic for Hunter Hughes right on corner exit. It's always such a pain when they come out right on the exit of the corner. They're running down.
Might have been a bad place to catch them, but as we're seeing here, running down to 67.
New leader. Boyles to the front, and the 22 said not today, as the 21 looks to put himself only 1 lap down. 3-car battle for the race lead.
He's going to be clear, it looks like. Yes, he is. That's taking a little bit of momentum away from the 22 and 23.
22 is going to get right there, real close to the 23. There is contact, and all 3 of them are involved. Caution is out in the green flag pit cycle. And Christopher Fuge is your race leader. I don't think he really has any damage.
There's a little bit of a glancing blow that I could see from the spinner, from the 23 of Boyles going around to his right front, but I don't think it's anything major.
Yeah, just crowding the 23 so much. And 23 can only go so up high. He doesn't want to just... Yeah, I don't think there's almost kicked in a little there. It kicks right back out, so maybe iRacing said, you're okay. This Arca car is kind of goofy with the damage model sometimes. But nonetheless, this shakes everything up in a good break for the 17, I believe. He'll get the free pass.
Looks like he will, and that's going to put 5 cars on the lead lap. But granted, everybody else is probably going to get a wave around here to put them back onto the lead lap themselves. But they're not going to be able to pit to get the same tire strategy as the top 3 were.
The 21 just now came down pit road and just got that to 1 lap down. That is a race-changing move, and he has the freshest tires of everyone in this race, aside from the men who are pitting right now. It's actually
going to be a real interesting final about 30 laps here to the checkered, I would say.
Green, none of these guys who came down pit road are going to win. There's no way. They don't have the track position, and they don't have the tire. They're going to need a caution.
Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of the fuel got trapped a lap down, and like you said, they don't have the track position. They don't have the tire.
Yeah, they have to take the wave around.
23 is back down the pit road.
Yeah, that left front damage on the fender for that contact, so the 22 is going to stay out. And so will the 42, so that's going to be 1-2. James Staples will be in 3rd. I think Justin Boyles will actually stay in 4th because everyone else is going to be a wave around or a free pass machine like the 17 car, so he'll stay in 4th actually. Wow, I mean, this has gotten all shaken up, Wesley. I mean, who are we watching now? Who's the favorite?
You know, if this stays green to the end, I'd want to be watching that 42. He's had a very good car in the long run. And 30 laps is about maybe around 20, 25 laps is really when his car kicks in. So if this goes green till the end and we have around 30 or so laps till the finish, I'd say that car might be the car to beat here at the end of the race.
And think if he has a good restart and he clears the 22 and has the track position in the better long run car, it might be the 42 of Christopher Fuge's race. But Fuge Jr. is not going to give it in. Dave isn't going to give it in. James Staples has gotten gifted the best track position known to mankind, and Justin Boyles is leaving pit road now. My oh my, this is just
definitely going to be a wild finish. It might be a little bit crazier than what we had last week at Phoenix.
And what a break and what a fight for this 17 team who's just been kicked. I mean, lap 1, corner 0.01, wrecked. Down 2 laps, they've fought, they're back on the lead lap. That cycle just works out perfectly for the 17 of Art Nicotera. And now he sits basically 5th on the restart. A tire advantage over everyone behind him aside from the 23. And a chance at maybe stealing a victory coming from back from 17 or 2 laps down in the 17 camp.
I want to say another one to watch out for. Like we said, he just got off of pit road maybe 5 laps before the yellow.
Green,
The
green, green.
the 21 of JP Jones.
We're back green on the speedway, and here comes James Staples. Looks inside. The 83 looks outside of the 42. 83 drops back pretty quick there. Didn't have a great corner.
No, he didn't. Lost 1 position by Christopher Fuge, but he's got it settled into 3rd and nice and quiet there.
And this is a
Just
big.
get his head down, get running, and he might get him back.
These are the best cars on the racetrack. I still do believe that. So if a caution does come out, the track position of these 3 guys, I believe there's another set in the pit, so they can take tires. So it would be huge on them being ahead of their other competitors. Back to
Definitely depends
P2.
if we've got another caution, I would say.
Christopher Fuge in the Silver Bullet, number 42, Ford Mustang, back up to 2nd place.
And now it's just put your head down, look forward, see that 22, make him get bigger, chase him down and pass him. But like we've said all race long, it's hard to pass. The dirty air definitely plays a big part in this race.
It's always hard to pass. You remember earlier in the race, the 22 muscled the 42 out of the way, and there's contact further back. What in the world? What a save! Pat Harvey was wrecking. And they're still almost wrecking. What in the world?
The
Colton
40's
Gardner.
looking like he's going to pit road.
What has happened to the 40 car? It's all unraveled. Oh, and he misses pit road. What is happening? It is all the 22 of Dave Fuge Jr. out in front, and the Miller High Life, 22. Then the Silver Bullet of Christopher Fuge in 2nd, the Rainbow Warrior 24, Justin Boyles up to 4th, and Art Nicotera from 2 laps down, up in the top 5.
Really quite a comeback score, and then not only that, but the top 5 has quite a big gap down to 6. That battling got him a little bit spread out here.
Battling and the old tire disadvantage. We hit 25 laps to go. This gap's not really gaining enough, in my opinion, for the 22 to feel safe as he gets into the wall a little bit on the long run. The 42 is just so good.
He definitely is there, and it's about the same size gap back to 3rd and 4th as they battle for the spot. Boyles to the inside of Staples.
And you know Boyles wants to get back to the race lead and try to take it back from the man who spun him out on the front straightaway. But man, he just cannot get clear of Staples off of the exit of the corner.
We can't, ran him a little bit wide. He might be good here into 3 and 4.
Gonna do the slider, but he's not. Oh, he's clear. He's gonna force himself clear. How happy will Staples be about that? He's just going to give him a little shove, saying, I didn't like that very much, but you got me. 17 having a pretty good pace back here. He's not too far off.
Oh, a quiet night Well, an eventful night, I would say, not quite quiet. He had that spin, like we said, on not even lap 1, but not even turn 1. Still just barely past the front stretch. But a good drive. He's definitely got speed.
78 spins right in front of him, and he gets collected, and didn't go his way. But we have a battle for the race lead. I know they're not side by side quite yet, but this 42 car is absolutely charging. 21 laps to go at Iowa. Who is going to get it?
Dave Fuge in the 22 a little bit into the wall there, just across the stripe, but it's not going to do much damage to him.
Justin Boyles, I don't think is close enough with only 20 laps to go this time by to really reel those two in, unless they really get to fighting.
You're quite right there. I would say it depends on how much fighting these two are going to put on to the final laps, depending to show how well these other cars are going to get to them.
Talk about JP Jones up to 7th. He just passed Hunter Hughes. Talk about those little fresher tires and see if he can run down PB Henry in 6th before this is all said and done. And here we go, battle for the race lead. He is so close to being there.
Entry to 1, he's just a lot tighter. Can run the bottom. Car wraps around the center good. Drive off is a lot better than 22, it seems like.
Oh, here he comes. He's going to be side by side, I think, here. Really good. He gets in there pretty deep, and he's just able to rotate so well. It's unbelievable. So tight. Not quite to the inside, but he will be there entering 1.
Dave kind of taking a defensive line there, coming down just a little bit onto Chris. But still clean racing here. 42 sends it into 3. Not quite enough to clear here off of 4.
Not quite enough, but he's right there, and he's closer than he was the lap prior, and that's all that matters. Just tiny increments to get your always on the apron there. That might not help him. Yeah, you're going to have to restart that whole battle again.
During this whole about 2-3 laps of battling here, Boyles only gained around maybe 1/10.5 on the 2.
Well, now he's gained 4. I think that one lap with all that side by side almost wrecking. Ooh, the 42 so close to his door. Such tight, clean, hard, respectful racing. Very different lines. Up against the wall, running completely on the bottom lane.
It really is, and just the multiple lines that the drivers can take, crisscrossing between them even, just gives such a good race here that we've seen all night.
Maybe a bit more aggressive on the side draft. Getting a corner entrance would help the 42, but man, he's just racing so respectfully. Where'd it come to 14 to go? The laps are clicking away here. Ooh, so tight right there.
Really are. Boyles getting ever so closer to being a second. Only
oh,
one
contact! He sends the 22.
off.
He saves him. And here comes Boyles, takes the race lead. And here comes the 17. Fuge on Fuge. Blows coming to the end of this race.
And I'm not sure if it hurt the cars that much. I mean, they still look like they got great speed here. Might be able to get back to the 23.
And the 42 is ripping the top. Yeah, but now he has to pass the 17 of Art. So now he has to run back down the 23 and pass the 17. Unless the 17 can have the most amazing comeback stories, the 23's in the fence hard.
Kicking off, dropping to 12 to go. This is going to be an interesting finish.
The 42 just wraps the bottom so good. The 22 I don't think is going to be a factor. I think he's just lost the right rear.
Getting sideways like that, even if you are corrected, it's definitely going to take some wear on it. You might not be there until the very end if these 3 keep battling up front for first.
I think we're going to see 3 wide, entering 1. The 17 in the middle. Not quite. I think that this 17 car, if he can clear the 42, can go up there and pass this 23. Excuse me, that was a really loud voice crack, so don't mind that.
I mean, these 3 cars up front, and even now, Dave Fuge Jr. is starting to creep back into the picture.
And look who's
right
coming.
behind him, PB Henry.
Old tires or not, you just can't count this guy out. And he is charging in the latter half of this run. Will he have enough time to get to the race lead? I don't think so. But 9 laps to go at Iowa. 5 cars in the fight for the win. What a story it'd be if this guy can get into victory lane with the night he's had.
It definitely would be a storyline for sure, I would say. But it's not going to be an easy deal to do.
8 laps to go. This 23 keeps pinching him off of corner. I mean, you can do that for so long.
17 pinches the 42 mid-corner there.
Yeah, he doesn't want that 42 back to the inside because that'll just make it. We're going to fight for second and not the race lead as the 23. I think he's the 3rd quickest car out of these 3. As the 22 of Dave Fuge Jr. into the fence. That opens the door for PB Henry.
PB Henry into fourth. That's one less car between him and a win here to clinch off the season.
It's going to be really hard.
I don't think he has enough time to get there, though.
Unless there's a lot of contact, which we saw the 22 and the 42 make contact. So definitely possible as the 42 back to the inside.
Got the momentum off of 4, going to go into 1, send it, get that rotation that he's had all race. Not quite clear off of 2.
Not quite. Man, I think this 23 is just doing a great job working the defensive lines. 17 is going to clear off 4 here. 5 laps to go. That was a good corner for the 17.
Got a good run, but not quite close enough, I'd say, to make a move. As I say that, he's looking to make a move.
Oh, he is there. Oh, he got loose off of the exit of the corner, though. He cannot let the 42 to his outside. The 17's there, though.
The highest lane out of all of them.
He might go 3 wide bottom. Oh, my gosh. What a battle for the race lead. The 42 tries to gas it up. The 17 in the bottom. 3.
Henry's right there with them now, so if these 3 make contact and take each other out, Henry might win this.
3 laps to go. 4 cars. 3/10 of a second separate them. Man, I don't know what's going to happen here. This is insanity. The 17 might slide up and make some contact. Here comes PB Henry. And they're making a lot of contact. On the apron, here comes Christopher Fuge. He's in the fence, though.
I don't think they're leaving an ounce of safety out there. They're all going for it like this might as well be the 500 coming to the tri-oval.
White flag is going to come out. We will not have a restart. Can Fuge hold off PB Henry? Henry's going to dive in the corner for the final time. Can he get there? Momentum for the 42 off of corner 2.
25 diving it into 3. 42 stays high for the momentum.
Momentum's up. The 42 in the fence, but it's not going to matter. Christopher Fuge wins at Iowa. What a finish.
Man.
What a finish. And what a fight from every driver in the top 5. Wow. And talk about someone who did not finish well and had a great race. Dave Fuge Jr. will finish outside the top 10. But tonight, this here is your race winner, the final race of the season. Let's burn her down.
Oh, definitely deserved to burn it down there. He had a great long run car, like we said. And if he had that track position in the clean air, he definitely was able to hold on to it. But those last 10 laps, I mean, it was just a absolute dogfight between all the top runners there.
What a race. What a finish. And Christopher Fuge and the 42 Silver Bullet beats out our championship winning driver, PB Henry. But, I mean, can't talk enough about this 17 car. He was there, man. And from 2 laps down to almost getting the race win. I'm sure Justin Boyles won't be too pleased with the contact. But, I mean, that's just racing here at the end of these races. maybe we can get some of our drivers in here, perhaps. Let's go ahead and get Art up here in the booth, Wesley, and let's talk to him about his amazing night. What is up, Art? How are you doing tonight, man? You come home third. Talk me through your evening. And it was a tumultuous one for sure.
Art, you got a copy?
One more time, Art. Do you got a copy, my man? Maybe just some connection issues for our third place finisher. Maybe he's just upset he didn't go to victory lane tonight after such a great race. We'll try to get the third place finisher a little later. Let's get PB Henry in here. PB Henry, my man, what is up? You are the champion of the Spartan SimRacing League Summer Arca Series. Talk me through your evening and so close to a 5th win on the year.
Yeah, it was a fantastic year. If I did secure the championship, that is actually what I came in here just wanting to secure. I will have to shout out to Timothy because I wanted to give him a good run for his money tonight. But yeah, tonight was a great race all around. The tires were kind of a little bit funky with the tire wear, but there was a little bit of fall off, but then there wasn't fall off, and it was just an amazing night. I kind of messed up my night going for the win. Luckily, I got a caution and had a chance to kind of go back for it, but I forgot to check my tires and sat in the pits for like 5 extra seconds and was wondering, why aren't my tires getting changed? And so I had to click my box and all of a sudden had to restart my pit sequence.
We were wondering what was happening there. You were right there with them, and they pit a lap or two earlier, but we didn't think that was enough of a advantage there. But now we know. I mean, simple mistakes though. But nonetheless, you came in here. Obviously, he wasn't here tonight. Latham wasn't here, but nonetheless, you had a great year. You have 4 wins. Almost got the 5th. You almost caught Christopher there, but nonetheless, a great night from yourself and a great season, like you said.
Yeah, it was a great season, and congrats to Chris because he ran a perfect race from where I was at and looking on, and so he definitely deserved that win for sure. So it was good to see him get the win.
Without a doubt. And Wesley, would you like to add any more about PB run and just whole season tonight?
Not much really besides what you said, Gage, but that long run car you had, PB, you dropped back on restarts a little bit, but you were able to fight back through it. How hard was it to pass here with all the different lines going on?
It was somewhat hard to pass down in 1 and 2. In 3 and 4, you could kind of send it down on the bottom really, really hard. And if you could get your left front to kind of just hook the apron just a little bit, it was a little bit easier to complete passes. But 1 and 2 I found a little bit more difficult to complete passes, or you had to get a huge run off of 4 to complete it.
Did you see maybe tonight, PB, a dominant lane tonight? Did you feel like maybe the middle, the bottom, the top, maybe a little of all of it was the advantage, or was it just kind of wherever the car wasn't in front of you tonight?
I think I had to do a lot of where the car wasn't in front of you, because in 3 and 4 early in the race, I didn't know what I was doing down in 3 and 4, and it was about probably lap 40 or so before I finally realized what to do down in 3 and 4 to even complete a pass, it felt like. So it was very much early on just figuring out, and I don't think there was a dominant line, just figuring out where to go when the car was right in front of you, and not, when you didn't have like a 4 or 5 car length buffer.
I understand you there. So I mean, we love seeing though those multiple lines and drivers, 3-4 different ways they're entering the corner all on top of each other. We love to see that. And talk me through the tire wear tonight. You talked about tire wear being funky. Was it just was the fall off not there, but it was at certain times, or was it maybe a bit more of a heat cycle thing?
I think it had to do with a little bit of heat cycle, and the tires fell off kind of like at Phoenix to a certain point. Like if you if you were once your tires kind of got to a certain temperature, you could always run about the same times, no matter how old they were. So as long as you had like a 15, if you get 15 to 20 lap fresher tires, you had a better tire advantage. But after about 20 laps, you were in the same spot as the guys that were in 20, 25 lap older tires. We were all running about the same time.
Do you feel that's maybe just kind of the way this Arca car and the Arca tire is in the game?
I don't know. This is actually I actually got the car just before the season and never ran it any other time. So I'm kind of in learning as we go along.
And well, you're learning pretty well, I'd say, as you capture the championship tonight and 4 wins throughout the 10 race season. I mean, I think that's pretty good learning if you ask me, Wesley.
I'd definitely say that's a good way to learn, especially whenever you get the car right before the season. Congratulations, though. It was one good run for the past 2 races that we've seen.
Let it out, PB.
Yes.
We want to congratulate you. And before we let you go, before we let you celebrate, don't celebrate too hard tonight. Anyone you'd like to thank, of course, sponsors, teammates, all that good stuff.
Got to give a shout out to Dave for putting this league on. It was a lot of fun this season. So big shout out to him and Spartan league and I guess thank the Henry Boy Speed Lab for always being there and get me through any sort of analytics. So and everybody always kind of pitching together and on some stuff. So it's big thank you to them and big thank you to y'all.
Well, thank you, my man, and you have a great night. Your second place finisher, everyone, PB Henry, and your champion of the Spartan SimRacing League's Arca series. You have a great night, my man.
Yes, thank y'all. You too.
Thank you. Well, Wesley, I mean, he captures the title in, I would say, dominant fashion and captures a good second place to round off the season. So I think his learning has gone pretty well, if you ask me.
Oh, I'd definitely say that's a good way to learn a car, especially when you put on a performance like that.
Oh, without a doubt. Let's see if we can get Art in here again. Let's see if we can get him in here before we get our race winner. Try him here for a third time. Art, my man, do you got a copy?
Yes, sir. I got you.
What is up, my dude? Talk me through your night, because it was tumultuous. I mean, lap 1, corner 1, you get involved in a wreck. And talk me through your whole night tonight and what happened to get you back up here and, with 3 to go, passing for the race lead.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I was so irritated that I about rage quit. But I was just talking to Chris about it. I stuck with it and just drove my ass off and got lucky, I guess. All the cautions fell when I needed them to and got me back up on the lead lap, and I just drove as hard as I could to get up front.
I mean, the cautions fell the perfect way, and you drove a great race. I mean, your pace was... We didn't know your pace, really, because you were multiple laps down for a lot of the race, or a lap down, and then you had that great... The cycle fell perfectly for you, and you're up in the top 5, and, I mean, your pace was, I think, winning pace for sure. I mean, you were making the winning move, but, I mean, just a great race from y'all tonight. I mean, you did a great job, like you said, just driving angry, right? And driving angry sometimes can be a big benefactor if for yourself.
Yeah, it was definitely a benefit. I kind of knew that I had a car that could compete. Like you said, after I got in that wreck and was 4 laps down, every restart I just kind of hung back to try not and get caught in anything else. So, once the pack would pull away from me, I'd start going again, and I kind of realized, man, if I could just get these laps back, I'd have a shot at it. And I got lucky, and it all worked out.
Well, and definitely it did work out.
There were some points we were talking about having the clean car is going to be the winner, and once you got your car back up and repaired, you were running good laps, and it definitely seemed like you had the car to win. But I mean, what was going on in your head during those final 10 laps when there were 4 cars all under that blanket?
I was trying to keep myself from getting too overly excited, because it's been a while since I've been in this position, especially with the SSRL. It's probably my best finish with the league. So, and I've been racing with them for 2.5, 3 years now. So just trying to keep myself calm and not overdrive the car and do anything stupid. So, so wanted to make sure I didn't end anybody else's night either.
Well, you definitely didn't. It didn't end my night. You were lights out and exciting to watch. Wesley, you have anything further to add for my man who just rallied a third place finish tonight and almost won this race.
No, not at all. It was a great run. I mean, like we said, you started lap 1, not even turn 1 yet, and you were wrecked out and then just rallied back. It was a good run. Very good race for you and well deserved based on how fast you really were.
I appreciate it, guys. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you, my man. We hope you have a great night, Art, and we will talk to you later.
Sounds good, guys. Have a good one.
You as well.
Thank you.
All right, let's get Chris in here. I know you kind of know Chris, right? You know Chris, so let's get Chris, our race winner, in here.
Oh, there we go.
What is up, Christopher? How does it feel to be our race winner?
Yeah, I have no idea how I did that. I am historically awful at Iowa. I've never finished better than 18th. So I don't know what I did. I don't know how I did it, but cool.
I mean, he's confused that he won, but I mean, your whole night tonight, Chris, you seemed so good in the long run, and you had a great battle there with Dave at the end, battling for the lead, a little bit of contact, and then the 23 gets to the lead along with the 17 to second. And then those two make contact, and then you slip on by. And talk me through just your whole night tonight, because you were fast all night. Me and Wesley were talking about it all night. You were a quietly sneaky car tonight, and well, the quietly sneaky car went up and beat everyone.
Yeah, during the week, I just, I probably put in 100 at least laps of practice. Just by myself trying to figure out this tire model. It's a new Arca setup. It's a new Arca car. Tire saving in these races is always a big deal, whether there's cautions or not. So I just knew that I had to keep my tires, relatively decent shape, and I'd be all right. So just trying to rip the bottom line as much as I could. You couldn't pass down there, so if you wanted to pass, you had to go to the top. But yeah, I mean, I hate that that Dave and I got together like that. Definitely didn't mean it. Hate to take out family. I don't know if I came up and he came down and we collided. I don't know if I slid up and got into him. But yeah, and then the 23 and Art got around me, and I told Art trying to pass him was like trying to pass Ryan Newman. It was impossible. And then I just got that really good run coming off the top side of turn 4 when they got together, and I just kind of held my foot down and prayed, and it worked out. So like I said, I mean, I'll take it. I wasn't expecting it. Didn't think it was going to happen. I knew I had a top 5 car. Top 3 car was a hope, especially when my teammates and I were running 1-2-3. Colton Gardner, Hunter Hughes, we were running 1-2-3, and we felt pretty comfortable around each other. So I was hoping, maybe a podium spot, a team top 3, but a win is always better.
I mean, yeah, Colton had a great night tonight. I was gutted for him at the end of that thing. I mean, he was having a great night tonight. He led like the first consecutive 80-something laps of this race, so he had a great night. But at the end of it, like you said, I mean, Hughes was good as well in the 8, but you, at the end, were the car that comes to victory lane. Wesley, before we let our race winner go and let him have a great evening and celebrations, do you have anything you want to add?
I will ask you a question, Chris. How long were you planning to stay out for? How much longer, at least, before that final caution came out? Because we thought you were going to be in within about maybe 2 to 3 laps before that caution, and then that caution flew and kind of put you up in the place to win.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I have no idea how much fuel I had left in the car. I wasn't really paying attention. I should have been. I wasn't listening to my spotter. I was just trying to keep up with Dave and Justin, the 23. I mean, I was like, maybe if I can hold on long enough for them to pit, I was reeling them in. My tires felt great. So really, it was just a matter of fuel. And like I said, I have no idea how much gas was in it when the caution did fly, which is probably a good thing. I probably would have ran it out. So, yeah, I mean, just kind of everything, all the puzzle pieces fell into place tonight. Shooting star, gold at the end of the rainbow, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, not a whole lot of strategy to that one, just luck.
I wouldn't say just luck, Chris. I mean, you drove a great race, my man. A little bit of luck always helps, but you drove a great race, dude. And before I let you go tonight and let you enjoy your celebrations, anyone you'd like to thank before I let you go? Sponsors, teammates, all that good stuff. Sorry.
Yeah, my sponsors, Spartan SimRacing Graphics, Underdog Athletics, Falling Creek Camp, Team Conti, Hands On Children Museum, my teammates, Colton Gardner, Hunter Hughes, JP Jones, Dave, for putting together such a great league. Just some fun for us to run during the summer before we start getting serious in September. I'll be running trucks, so I'm not sure how well I'll do in that, but it's always nice to end on a win and look forward to what's next. So hopefully these trucks, I can keep it going.
Well, you end on a win. Maybe entering the truck season, we can start with a win. Chris, your winner, ladies and gentlemen, Christopher Fuge. You have a great night, my man.
Thanks, you too.
Well, Wesley, that is the end of our Arca stint with the Spartan SimRacing League. Only a 2-race stint, but I think it was a really fun race stint up here in the booth.
Oh, I definitely say, especially those final 10 laps we had. I mean, a couple of my friends that were watching the stream, they're going wild. They said that was one of the wildest finishes they ever had, but they were on the edge of their seats just watching it.
I mean, I was on the edge of my seat in my chair here watching that fight. It was awesome. And to call it with you, I know we're very new to this. I think the chemistry is building better and better. We're definitely better than the first week. Know each other a little better. But I think we're going to hit high gear when we come into truck season. I think we're going to do really well. Really clean up the graphic. I think tonight's stream went a lot better, just operationally wise. And honestly, I think it was just a great product out on the track. Always helps.
Definitely was. I'm looking forward to the truck series actually, because it's going to be my first full time doing a season in the booth, and it's going to be exciting. Especially, I agree with you, Art. Based off of what we had last week, we've definitely built a little bit more chemistry, understand each other. So come full season in about a month's time, I think we're going to be good to roll.
Yeah, we're going to hit that ground running. We're going to give you those DW, Mike Joy type calls to the finish. That's what we're going to do, man. We're going to really show them what's up, and we're going to kick some ass when we get to the truck series, and like you said, about a month. And but tonight, race winner, Christopher Fuge, your family member, and it was just a really fun night tonight all around. And I had fun. I hope you had fun, Wesley.
I definitely did. I'm not going to lie. I did have to mute my mic there at the end and just scream a little bit.
Well, I mean, I can't blame you when you have a finish like that. I mean, 4 cars racing for the race win, battling, almost wrecking all 4 of them off of 4 coming to the white flag. That would have been something. James Staples slipping by at the end there. But, I mean, it was a great finish. And before we close out the evening, Wesley, I mean, you got to thank everyone that's watching, and thank you, my man, for being up here in the booth.
Yeah, thank you for allowing me to join you here. I know it wasn't something you were expecting, but it's a pleasure. And honestly, I do thank everyone for watching. This is going to be a fun experience for the both of us. Going to be a fun time. Definitely going to be looking forward to the trucks and looking to make those calls, wild as they may be.
Oh, I cannot wait to make those wild calls, my man. Well, thank you, everyone, for watching. I am Gage Wenzel. This is my partner, Wesley Fuge, and we hope you all have a great night.